Hey guys, it's me, Kim. So let's talk about Donald Trump's most recent disgusting antics. Every time I think I can't be more disgusted by Donald J. Trump, the predator in chief, he finds a way to top himself. It's actually a pretty remarkable skill. We know this man is a virulent misogynist, but this week he let it come to the surface completely unchecked a couple of times. And I was so pissed off about it that I had to come here to discuss it. So here we go. When I saw this video of Cecilia Vega of ABC News being spoken to by the man y'all called the president like this, I wanted to yell.
She's shocked that I picked her. No. She's like in a state of shock.
I'm not thinking, Mr.
That's
President.
okay. I know you're not thinking. You never do.
I'm sorry?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
This man is a complete and utter asshole. And it seems to me that this all stems from the typical deep-seated insecurity that masks itself as misogyny, like a typical chauvinist. Trump is so bad at his job. The fact that he had the nerve to come for this woman like that is just unfathomable. He embarrasses himself and the country with his thoughtlessness every day. To see him project that onto this woman just trying to do her job is beyond disturbing. And I wouldn't be surprised if this is some kind of payback. I would not be at all shocked if she had previously said something that he felt was unkind or unflattering, because most of us do. And Donald Trump knows nothing. He is completely ill-tempered and vapid. But what we do know is that he keeps tabs on the people he feels like have wronged him. Back in the day, he used to send reporters who wrote negative stories handwritten notes. He regularly berates them. That is now a part of his shtick. And I don't know why this particular moment struck a nerve. We see Donald Trump being rude to people all the time, but it's just that you never do. It's a certain kind of misogyny. It's like you're prone to making these mistakes because you're just a stupid woman who couldn't possibly be trusted with the facts. I guess it's just, another crystal clear example of the shit women have to put up with in the workplace. And there is nothing that Cecilia Vega could have done to protect herself or to defend herself in that moment. Absolutely nothing. All she could get out was that, I'm sorry? What the fuck? That's all she could have done. And that is so upsetting to me. And I have to wonder what the reporters say to each other. Y'all need some kind of union. There needs to be some sort of real coming together to fight back against this. I see it all the time when Trump says stuff like that to reporters, or he or Sarah Huckabee Sanders refuse to answer a question, a very valid question, and they'll deflect and they'll demean. They need to do something else, because it is not cool that this woman is out here on a limb by herself like that. And I imagine reporters don't want to become this story. That's not what they desire to do. But allowing the president to get away with that kind of sexism, to telegraph it to the entire world, to have that be a model for how we treat women in the workplace, it's not okay. It's not okay. And I blame the people around him who enable this behavior. I blame the supporters, because they're all miserable. They see him treat people like shit. They feel emboldened by that, despite the fact that he's done nothing for most of them. I blame the people who work around him. I don't care about writing an anonymous op-ed. What does that do? You're choosing to work for a man who is telling the entire nation that it's okay to treat people like this. And we have women like Kellyanne Conway and Ivanka Trump who are trying to sell us this lie that they are working for women from inside this White House. No, you are not. You are not. You are gender traitors. Like they say in The Handmaid's Tale. I will be so upset, and I say this all the time. I will be so upset if, when all of this shit is over, if Ivanka Trump is welcomed back into polite society, because you know that's what she wants. You know that at heart, this woman is a vapid socialite. She wants to be at the parties. She wants to get the dinner invitations. I will be so mad if people do not make her pay for her complicity in this foolishness. So that happened. And then he went to Mississippi and had one of his little Klan rallies and mocked Christine Blasey Ford. Like, come on.
36 years ago, this happened. I had one beer, right? I had one beer. Well, do you think it was? Nope, it was one beer. Oh, good. How did you get home? I don't remember. How'd you get there? I don't remember. Where is the place? I don't remember. How many years ago was it? I don't know. I don't know. What neighborhood was it in? I don't know. Where's the house? I don't know. Upstairs, downstairs, where was it? I don't know. But I had one beer. That's the only thing I remember. And a man's life is in tatters. A man's life is shattered.
It does feel like this was an inevitability. We'd seen Trump be almost too cordial, too diplomatic about this situation before, but the disgusting rat turd jumped out. And he got up and said this. So I don't know how many times it can be underscored that Christine Blasey Ford has nothing to gain from this. She has nothing to gain from this. This is a woman who had to move because people found out where she lived. We know how crazy the MAGA people are. Of course she's getting death threats. This woman has children. She has a husband. How are their lives going to be affected by her coming forward to do this? There is nothing for her to gain. Hopefully she gets a book deal out of it. I think she deserves a little something for her troubles. But even her parents didn't back her. This is what her father told the Washington Post when he was asked about her testimony. He said, quote, "I think all of the Blasey family would support her. I think her record stands for itself, her schooling, her jobs, and so on." Are you joking? So when we recognize the background of this man, it becomes more apparent why he would choose to stand on the sidelines. Blasey Ford's father, Ralph Blasey, is a Republican. She, of course, went to fancy private school, so they got a little bit of something going on. He golfs at a super bougie country club with Brett Kavanaugh's father. I think I heard that he might even be on the board of that country club. I'm not completely sure. Fact check that. But anyway, this man and his wife have decided that their power and their social status is more important to them than standing behind their daughter as she is forced to publicly recount one of the most traumatic experiences of her life. What kind of bullshit is that? And this is coming from people who are supposedly supposed to represent family values in this country? Those are your family fucking values? I'm beyond disgusted. There is no loyalty. The only loyalty is to money and maintaining power and strengthening social networks. I just can't imagine what she is going through. So not only that, right? Not only has her life been completely upended, then we have the asshole in chief getting in front of the Klan rally in Mississippi, being a complete and utter sociopath who cares not about what's right or what's wrong. I'm not even sure if he can discern right from wrong. He only cares about winning and consolidating power, and he encourages the crowd to mock her. and boo her. No decency. Look, I'm sympathetic to a fault. Even though I don't think that's a bad thing at all. It's not difficult for me to see the other side of things. And often I've said, I don't hate all Trump supporters. I have a really big problem with the fact that they willingly support a man who is a misogynist and racist. But maybe they're not all bad people. Today, it's fuck them. They love this behavior. They encourage it. They celebrate it. They are the bedrock of the moral rot in this country. 1 in 6 women have been sexually assaulted in the United States, according to some stats that I saw. There are 321,000 reported sexual assaults in the United States each year. I'm sure that those numbers are underreported. I've seen some polling that shows that since this Blasey Ford thing has come out, that college-educated women who were already not for Trump, right, the majority of whom were already not pro-Trump, they are moving even further away from Donald Trump. That's a really important constituency. I hope that trend continues into 2020. And I hope that the people who sat out in 2016 are disgusted enough to say in November and in 2020 that enough is enough. We cannot have this man out in public doing this for 4 more years. This man is a serial sexual assaulter. He is indecent. He is amoral. And the only thing that pisses me off more than seeing his raggedy, disgusting face on my television and on my Twitter feed and on my Facebook feed is knowing that he gets to delight every day in the fact that he is one of the most powerful people in the world. I am disgusted by that. I also recognize that getting rid of him is going to be an uphill battle. America likes incumbents. So I'm just trying to keep my head up, stay strong, not get too down. But man, what a piece of shit Donald Trump is. Guys, that's all I have. Thank you so much for watching / listening. I appreciate y'all. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. Join the Patreon if you want to get access to exclusive content. Get some merch. Sign up for the email newsletter. That's all I have. Thank you guys. Bye.